have another Weather Whiz Kid tonight.
Yeah, you know, sometimes it seems like Scott has a crystal ball. He can see into the future. What is that behind you? Oh, yes, it's Karnak doing his thing.
The answer, I should have come up with a good one there. That was
Spoomba.
That was an old Johnny Carson gig for all of our younger viewers. Not like you and I, Roland. Michelle doesn't remember. We have to
Who?
Who? Yes, we have a Weather Whiz Kid tonight, and a great question having to do with forecasting.
Hi, my name is Liam. I am a 4th grader at Amity Elementary, and my question is, how are weathermen able to predict the weather so far in advance?
Oh, that's a good one.
Great question. How to predict it so far in advance? And I was joking before saying, well, sometimes we just can't. Actually, we do have tools to do this. I've got this dartboard, you see, and then no, I'm just kidding. Don't have that either. I have one, but it's not for that anyway. This behind me, Roland, I think, Michelle, one of you guys asked me exactly what is this here. This is actually a map of the Northwest United States. Here's Idaho right in here, and these are my raw weather charts, the charts that I look at to help me forecast the weather. And if you look closely up here, you might be able to see it at the top of the screen. This says 16-day forecast from the GFS, the Global Forecast System here. This is the model that looks out pretty far. We're talking 16 days. Now, like anything, if you have an error, and it's just a tiny error with like lines spread apart here, if you go out into the future, they get further and further and further apart. So the errors in these charts get worse and worse the further out, but they're good guidance. It's called model guidance that'll tell me what's supposed to happen. This says midday Sunday, November 4th. This would be moisture. This would be rain coming in here, and even rain showers in here. This is kind of the rain-snow line to the north, so I'd be watching that very closely. This chart, the same region, here's Idaho. This is showing where the moisture is, where the cloud cover generally would be. We'd likely have a partly cloudy day on Sunday, November 4th, if this comes through. Now, I'm going to let it get a little closer before we decide to nail in on what's going on in Idaho. Here's the United States in here. Tough to see in this chart, but this tells me where the jet stream is and how all the high and low pressure patterns are going. A lot of lines here, but I went to school at Penn State for 4 years and learned meteorology to understand and study what these weather patterns mean, and we're looking for the cold air. This, I can tell you, is some very cold air all locked up. This is the North Pole right up in here. This is Canada. So that's how we do it. Long-range computer forecast charts that I study closely to find out the weather is going to be.
It's like an Etch-a-Sketch, all those lines.
It's really what it is.
Pretty cool.
Our son made that one.
Let's take a look outside, shall we, tonight?